Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Michelle and I am a high school art teacher. I create teaching content and lifestyle content, and today I am doing a video that was actually started by Cohen. So I will link his channel down below, but he created a tag all about teaching during a pandemic, and it's perfect because I've been wanting to catch you guys up on everything school related, which has been crazy. Oh my goodness. We'll get into everything. I wanted to update you, and then I saw this video going around and I was like, oh, perfect. Like, I will do this tag video with some of my awesome fellow teacher YouTubers. I love that he started this video, and so I'm so excited to join in on it. I will also link a few other teacher friends that have done this video down below, and you can check their videos out. If you are not subscribed, if you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy that you have found my channel and that you're here. I am just loving this community on YouTube. I love interacting with you guys and talking to you down in the comments. It's such a positive, fun community, and I started this channel to boost positivity in the teaching profession. That's where it started, and then it just kind of like has trickled into positivity overall, and seeing the beauty in every day and just really appreciating all that you have. And I absolutely love everything about YouTube, and I'm so glad that you have stumbled upon my channel, and I hope that you stay and join our awesome family. It is a super rainy day out. I'm indoors, of course, and so hopefully this video is okay with lighting and everything. I did not lug out my lighting today because one, natural light's always better, and two, I just didn't feel like it. And so I have windows all around me. I'm hoping it works out. We shall see. If not, forgive me, because I didn't feel like getting my light out, you guys. I didn't feel like doing it, so here we are. Okay, before we get into the pandemic, if you're new, I am a high school art teacher. I taught elementary for a lot of years. I don't know, five years or so, and now I am high school. I love high school. I love it so much. I have fallen in love with it. I love teaching art. It's my passion. Teaching in general is my passion, and if you are here because you are a teacher, welcome. Let me know down in the comments, what do you teach? What grade? How many years? Like, let me know. If you are here and you're not a teacher, you just follow my lifestyle content, or maybe you're just curious about teaching or teaching in a pandemic. I mean, I follow people who are flight attendants, who are nurses. Like, I feel like on YouTube, I like to kind of get a peek into other professions and just other lives, and it's interesting. It's like reality TV, but really reality TV. You know what I mean? Like, not stage reality TV for a TV show. It's like just straight up the person and their camera, and it is what it is. So I love YouTube for that reason. So if you're here for that, you'll get a little peek into what it's been like teaching in a pandemic. I will preface this video though with every school is different. Every county is different. Every state is different. Like, it has really become aware to me how different everyone is by talking to my teacher friends, by talking to those on YouTube who are teaching throughout, all over the country, and just by like being on Instagram and stuff and following all people's journeys. Every school is treating this thing differently. Every school, every county, like, there's so many differences. But that's kind of also what's great about this whole thing, is that at least now, compared to the spring, I feel like the school has been given the option, the opportunity to take into account their student body, their location, like what that school and those students need, and that it might be different than other schools, and that's okay. The first question is, what is your current teaching context? Are you in person? Are you hybrid? Are you remote? Okay, this is hard because it literally just changed like 2 days ago. So because I peeked at the next question just now, I'm going to tell you what we were, what we went into the school year being, what we would have been at the time that Kyle made his video. We'll go with that. Hybrid. We have chose as a school district to go hybrid. I will say the other neighboring schools are full-time, most of them. I am in a very rural setting, and so there aren't a lot of cases in this area. And so I guess that is why the decision was made to either go full-time or hybrid, but to each his own. So we are hybrid, and with being hybrid, it wasn't necessarily like the students got to choose what they wanted to do. So how it's set up is that we are splitting the students between group 1 and group 2, okay? Group 1 comes to school on Mondays and then Thursdays. Group 2 students come to school on Tuesdays and Fridays. And I'm laughing because my dog is going crazy rolling around on the sofa right now next to me. So you have group 1 and group 2 students. Then Wednesdays is all virtual. It's an all virtual day for teachers. Basically, like, some teachers do Google Meets and things like that. We get cut up and stuff. We assign virtual assignments. It's just an all virtual day. On top of that, because I'm high school, well, not necessarily because I'm high school, but just how my school runs, we have also cycle days. And so I have A and B days. And as an elective, every single one of my classes except for 7th and 9th grade art rotation is AB. And so beginning the school year, I had to balance, okay, who's group 1, who's group 2, who's an A day, who's a B day, like, who am I seeing right now today? Like, who is going to be sitting in front of me and I'm going to be teaching today? That's where my brain was at with that. It was so much to deal with. I will say it's gotten so much better. I've gotten a hang of it. I can actually now say, like, oh, I know that student's a group 1 or group 2 or whatever. It's gotten a lot better. So if you're going into hybrid and you're overwhelmed, I get it. I was there. It is so hard at first, but hang in there and it will get better. Question number 2 is, have things changed since the start of the school year? Are they expected to shift? What does that process look like? Well, as you can tell, I am currently at home right now, and technically it is, what time? It's 3 o'clock. I would normally be at school till 3:20. So I have actually currently been quarantined, which is so unfortunate. So we, like I said, we were hybrid, and we had a case in our school. And then from that case, a bunch of staff had to be quarantined. We ended up on Monday night getting notified that we were not having students come on Tuesday, the next day. So it happened that fast. So the part of the question was, what's the process look like? It happened like that, honestly. So my school shifted from hybrid to virtual literally overnight. And, I felt it brewing during the day. Like that Monday, I was getting asked a lot of questions, like, about who I was around or whatever. And I could kind of tell. I even texted my husband. I said, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be quarantined. Like, pretty sure. I did not expect for the school to shut down though, to go fully virtual. And I think the reason that my school went from hybrid to fully virtual for 2 weeks is because honestly, there was just not enough teachers. Like, I don't even know if it was about the fact of the cases and stuff like that, because we really don't have that many. I think it was fully because there was just not enough staff to function. And we are a smaller school. We don't have a lot of subs. And the subs that we did have don't want to necessarily sub this year because of the risk. And so, yeah, I think they went virtual just because of that. Because especially when all staff are done quarantined, we're back in session and we're back to hybrid as we were. Now, the crazy thing is too, though, like, Thanksgiving break is right around the corner. I think I have 3 days with students before I go back to Thanksgiving break. So, like, I'm at home teaching virtually right now. Today, the whole day before I filmed this, I've been on my computer, like on Google Classroom, doing all the virtual teaching that I can do. And then I go back for 3 days, and then we're on Thanksgiving break. So that has been very hard because, especially with art, it's so hands-on. It's complicated, a lot of things. But I'm sure we'll get into questions about like challenges and stuff later, so I'm just gonna hold my tongue for now and we will get into that in a little bit. But overall, to answer the question, it has shifted. We are virtual. I am quarantined. The other teachers are going there to teach in their classrooms virtually. I am stuck at home. I'm back to like the spring where I'm home all day, and I'm currently living in an RV while my house is being built. So yes, we're deep in quarantine right now. The third question is, what is something that you have come to enjoy about your current teaching context? Okay, I'm gonna go for this question, for the sake of the question, I'm going to go with hybrid, because what I'm doing in this moment is temporary and it just started. The hybrid situation is what my school's plan was and what it's been all along. I can think of two things that I've honestly really enjoyed. The first one being that I have really enjoyed getting very into like all of the digital, the virtual teaching resources. And there's so many of them that I didn't incorporate into my classroom before, especially being art. Like I feel like I just kind of like read them off and, you know, figured, well, I'm very hands-on, like that's how I want it to be. But there's so many things out there that you can even incorporate into an art classroom. You can incorporate into any classroom, and it's really the way the world is shifting right now, and the way my students are shifting right now is where unfortunately they're always on their phones, which has pros and cons. And because of that technology, there's so much you can do. So for just one example, instead of doing artist statements, where the students write an artist statement or where they present an artist statement, you know, I've been using online resources where they're posting their artwork and they're commenting on their artwork and other people's artwork. And it's just like such a cool way to have that collaboration piece that I love about the art room. But now I'm not only having it with that class, I'm having it with the whole art community in my school, and every student that takes art can sign on and look at other people's artwork and, you know, collaborate. The other thing that I've been loving about this situation, honestly, is just like my coworkers and how we've been really working together, and I feel like really just supporting one another through this whole thing, because it is such a hard situation that you do lean on each other, and it's built that relationship where you have one another. And I hope that you guys have something like that. I hope you have people at your school who you can lean on, because I can't imagine without them sometimes what I would do, even if it's just to be like, we have no idea what we're doing. Do you know what you're doing? No, neither do I. Okay, at least we're in this together. Like that kind of situation, I feel like has been amazing. And if you don't have people like that, reach out to me, reach out to people that you see on Instagram, like reach out to somebody, because that is what's so great about YouTube and Instagram and this teacher community, is you can find that in people online, and you can get that feeling of togetherness with even someone that's online that might be in your same situation. The next question is, what are some of the greatest challenges you are currently facing when thinking about your current teaching context? What are my challenges? Okay, so at the high school level, there's so many challenges. I don't even know. Like, it's been so hard. It's been so hard. Having the divide of being nervous to go to a student's desk to look at their artwork is an alarming one. Like, not feeling comfortable necessarily sitting next to a student and just diving into their artwork and talking to them about it. Like, having that initial like, ooh, I shouldn't get close to them. That's hard. As a teacher, that's so hard. And especially as someone who's come from elementary, where we're used to like hugging their students and, you know, just being human, honestly. Like, I feel for especially all the elementary teachers out there, because when I was an elementary teacher, I loved just being able to like give hugs and high fives and have carpet time. And so I can't imagine not having that in the elementary right now. But yeah, I guess just having that like feeling of not being able to do what's naturally normal to you as a teacher. The other thing that's been hard is, I guess, probably seeing my students being overwhelmed with the virtual work. Because we're hybrid, you have to put yourself in the mindset of a high schooler. So they're not like at the elementary level where they maybe have a parent who's on them. You know, they're more independent. They're at home alone doing the virtual work. And so it's really on them to do it. Their maturity level is not necessarily at the point where they can do that successfully, I feel. This is just my opinion. But like, think about when you went to college. If you went to college, you know, you were technically in a hybrid situation then, right? It's the same thing to an extent. You had assignments that you had to do online. Like I had discussions and stuff like that I had to do. And then I went to class and I saw that teacher twice a week. So that was very hybrid. That's as close as hybrid as you can get. In my freshman year, you know, that was a big transition. You were learning, you were figuring it out. I was 18 at the time. You know, we're talking about grade level kids doing this, and I don't know if necessarily they're at the maturity level yet or the mindset yet to do it without having a lot of struggles. And they're getting better at it. With anything, it just, you know, it takes some grit, it takes some determination and to figure it out. But I know a lot of them are struggling too. And I think it's hard to see your students struggling. It's hard to also see only half your students at a time, because I'm group 1 and group 2, to have not a full class, which you would think would be great, like small class size. Isn't that what you want? Yes, but the collaboration's not there anymore, and they have to sit far apart, and so they can't collaborate and talk. And so finding ways to do that where they're still being safe has been a challenge as well. The next question is, if you had a magic wand that could zap you back to pre-pandemic times, what would your perfect day of teaching look like? Oh, I will try to do this without crying. So my perfect day of teaching. My tables are back in groups. When you walk into my art room, everyone's working. Everyone's talking about their art with other students at their table. They're walking around freely to look at other people's art. I'm sitting down at the table with them. We obviously don't have masks on. You know, there's no fear. There's no nervousness. It's comfortable. You feel cozy and at home. I pride myself in having a very warm and inviting classroom, and so the music's playing, and you know, it's just a happy place to be. We're all learning, we're on track for where we should be. Like this year, I'm not getting through all the projects that I normally would, and there's so much about teaching besides stuff in the classroom that I love. The school community and being involved in the school community. And so another thing about a perfect day would just be like, I don't know, being able to have pep rallies and stuff like that, and like all of that kind of stuff I miss. I miss just having the whole school together for that school spirit and a football game and like all that kind of stuff that we can't have right now. And so I'm just looking forward to the future of when that will be again. The last question is, what changes do you hope to see in our education system as a result of this pandemic? That is an interesting question. What changes going forward do I want to see because of the pandemic? Well, you know, with everything that is hard, good things do come from it. I do so believe that everything happens for a reason. You grow, you learn, you know, you take good from bad situations. And so for the pandemic and teaching and like the teaching world, I think that this pandemic has really brought all teachers kind of like back up to speed in a way. Like I feel like there's always that group of teachers who are techie, right? And then there's always that group of teachers who kind of felt uncomfortable with it, and maybe still do. But I want to say, being forced to have to be techie, like being forced to have to do all this, and maybe it brought all teachers kind of more onto like the recent trends of technology and like things that we can use in the classroom. And so that's always a good thing. I also would love to see an appreciation for teachers. And I think that, you know, there are many people out there who appreciate teachers. But especially, at least this past spring, I saw, you know, the post about like people appreciating what we do because they see it. And I think sometimes teachers also get nervous with this online platform, especially teachers who are fully virtual, and they're like, oh, the parents, you know, they can see what I'm doing, they can see like when I mess up, like that kind of stuff, but really what they're seeing is everything you're doing for the student. And that's how I feel sometimes with art, and that's why I try to get my art work out and like the process of my students working on their artwork out, because if you're not in that classroom, if you're not stepping into the classroom, you don't see it all. You only see a tiny bit. You only see the final piece. You only see the grade on the test. Like, you don't see the progress that the student made. You don't see the amazing moments that the teacher has with the kids. So in a way, this whole virtual thing is kind of giving the whole world a little peek, a little look into what we do and how passionate we are, and also what the kids are doing. Like, they're every day in the classroom kind of thing, what they're accomplishing. So in a way, this whole thing has advocated, I would hope, advocated for teachers and for what we do in the classroom. And if you haven't felt that way, and I know some people probably haven't, I know there's been shifts back and forth, but if you don't feel that support and you don't feel that, then we as teachers all need to speak up, and we need to advocate more and share everything that we're doing and share the amazing things that our students are doing, and just keep advocating and keep promoting teachers for all the effort that they are doing, because it's an amazing profession. It is just so rewarding. And I know you guys out there who are teachers, you're doing everything you possibly can to be the best for your students, even during this pandemic. And I know so many teachers who are beating themselves up over it, who are losing sleep, who are working themselves, exhausted. I'm going on a complete tangent right now, but I just want you fellow teachers out there to know that you're doing an amazing job. And no matter what, you're putting your best effort for your students, and that's what matters. Even if you have a hard day, even if some days you don't know what in the world you're doing, I've been there, you're still doing an amazing, amazing job, and you should hold your head up high and love on your students and just spread the love of teaching, because more people need to know how amazing of a job we really do have. I'm looking at the questions. That it was the last question. I answered them all. So I would like to thank Cohen again for creating this tag, and don't forget, I linked him down below, so go check out his video and go subscribe to his channel. And before you go, also subscribe to my channel, because I would love, love, love to have you join our little happy, positive family here on YouTube. Again, I create teaching and lifestyle content, and I would love to have you guys join our family. So definitely do that before you go. Be sure to find the beauty in each and every day, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.